Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery in our video studio today with a brand new arrow that we are excited to tell you about. This is the Black Eagle Focus. So this is a micro diameter 165 diameter arrow from the folks at Black Eagle. So it is 100% carbon. And this is just going to be a great arrow for bow hunting. Hunting in the wind, or if you're looking for extra penetration, that 165 diameter. And if you're looking for, target shooting, long distance, and you're going to be shooting in the wind, this will be a great arrow for that as well. So, but what are we looking at here? So as I mentioned, 100% carbon, unique construction here. If you can see here at this end, we've got the first 6 inches here are going to be carbon weave. And then it's going to be standard carbon the rest of the way. And what Black Eagle has done is, so right here, you're going to see this writing. Every one of these arrows has been spine indexed. And where they have the writing, this writing right here, that's going to be the stiffest part. So that's the part that you want facing up. Now you can tell what I'm showing you here are the 6-pack of fletched arrows. And if you can see where the writing is, I have one of my vanes sticking straight up, so then I can align my nock to go on the bowstring so that that vane is up, matches the spine indexing. I've got the stiffest part of my vane up. We're talking about shooting these out of compound bows, and from the compound bow, you want that stiffest part of the arrow facing straight up for consistency. So as long as we're talking about the fletching here, these pre-fletched arrows, they're going to come with 3 of the Q2I Fusion X2 2.5 vanes. So that 2.5, that refers to the length here. It's going to be 2.5 inches. But great vanes from the folks at Q2I. They are vertically stiff, but they do have some give there. So these are going to be great. You know, if you tear one off, they're easy to replace, easy to fletch on there, but they will stick like iron. I don't know if you know about the Q2I, the bases of their vanes, but they have one of the widest bases. Man, those things are great for fletching, stick on nice. I would imagine these are going to stay on like iron as well. On the back of the arrow, you are going to have a nock collar. This weighs 3 grains, just a little bit of protection for the back of the arrow shaft there. And these are a size M nock. So an M nock is what it comes with in the package. Now let's go to the other end of the arrow. We have a unique insert system here. This is what Black Eagle calls their focus. The arrow is the focus, F-O-C-U-S, but then they have the focus insert system, that's F-O-C-O-S, front of center outsert system. So obviously front of center, we're going to be able to play with that. So it's a 3-part insert system. In total, everything together, it's going to weigh 58 grains with all 3 parts together. First, you're going to have the insert that glues into your arrow, and you're going to notice that it is threaded on both ends. So if you know ahead of time that you want to add 10, 20, 30 grains, you can screw it into the back and then glue the whole thing into the arrow at once. Or Black Eagle has a special key where you can glue your insert in place, and then you can use a tool that goes in from the back that goes into, basically it's going to sit inside, connect to the weight system, and then you're just going to use that tool. It's basically a long Allen wrench, super long Allen wrench, and you're going to screw that into the back. Likewise, you can take it out. So if you decide 10 grains isn't enough, you can either add to it or you can take that one out, put a 30 grain in, whatever you have to do. So what we have here is then this is going to be that insert glued in place. So the next piece you're going to have is your outsert. Obviously, this is a protective collar And that is going to slide over the top, just like this. Press it in. And it's only going in a very slight distance. It's only going, if you can see the discoloration, that's all the farther it's going in. One thing Black Eagle has done with this system is it is tight fitting. You may have to do just a minimal amount of sanding, or you might not have to. I did not have to do any sanding in building these arrows. The outsert system fit over the top. It's snug, so you're gonna have to push on it. But if you find that it's not going on there, little tiny bit of sanding with fine grit sandpaper on the end, just to take that diameter down a little bit. Now, once you have that in place, then you can see this is the third part right here. And what this is a bolt that's gonna hold it into place. It's gonna slide in the top there. Take my Allen wrench. This is gonna be a 3/32 Allen wrench. And I'm gonna screw that down into place. Get it nice and snug. Now, that is not coming off. Cannot pull that off. That bolt is held in place there. And then, of course, you just take your standard field point in this case, or your broadhead, screw it on, and you're ready to go. But just a nice system there where the only glue that's involved is with the insert. I can take that screw out and then pop this off if I need to. Nice, easy system there from the folks at Black Eagle. That is called the front of center outsert system. So these arrows, the focus arrows, these are going to have Black Eagle's tightest straightness tolerance. These arrows are going to be have a 0.001 inch straightness tolerance. So that means across the full length of the arrow, it's going to be straight to within 0.001 inches. That's ridiculous straight. Basically, it is straight. So great quality arrows from the folks at Black Eagle. And so the focus arrows are going to be available in 250, 300, 350, and 400 spines. So these arrows, they're going to be a little bit on the light side, not ultralights, but they're definitely not heavy. That 250 spine is going to weigh 10.5 grains. Your 300 is going to weigh 9.65 grains. Your 350 is going to weigh 8.15 grains, and that 400 is going to weigh 7.62 grains. So in the, when you go across arrows, looking at different arrows, that's more towards light than it is towards heavy. It's not super light. It's definitely not super heavy. It's going to be middle of the road, skewing a little bit towards light. So you're going to get excellent arrow speeds from these arrows. So you can see here that I have 3 of these arrows built up. I did take those, spent a little time on the range shooting them. Coincidentally, it happened to be super windy the day that I was shooting these, and they did track really nice in that wind. If I could hold steady, the arrows went where I wanted. I didn't see a whole lot of wind drift. Sometimes you can shoot an arrow and you just watch that thing going down range, flying like this, if the wind's blowing this way. I didn't see much of that, just a little bit. They definitely held their own in the wind. Super consistent. I shot them indoors as well at 20 yards, and they were just nice, really consistent arrows. Got great flight out of them. All right, so that is the brand new Black Eagle Focus arrows. Great new arrow from the folks at Black Eagle. Always like to see what they are putting into their new arrows when they come out. This 165 diameter, man, they are just becoming super popular in the hunting world. Going to tack events as well, because you're shooting those super long distances. 165 diameter, man, those are just hard to beat. Anytime you have to shoot distance in the wind. So if you want to see all the focus arrows that we have on our website, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.